Hey, it's Rachel. Today was day 4 of my pre-op diet, and first of all, I want to thank everybody for the really great comments and messages, and especially Keith or Pierce Cub for the video response. Um, I knew that after I made that video, I would have to post it because the things that I heard were the things that I needed to hear, that it was okay, that it happens to everybody, and that realizing that it was a mistake and caring so much about that one thing proves that I can do it, and just to move on from it, and that's okay, just not to continue to repeat it, and to make smarter choices. And one thing about my pre-op diet, I was really trying to stick to the liquids. Dude, I was really trying to stick. Quit crying. Come here. Come here. Okay. I was really trying to stick to the liquids, and I don't even know why. I think it's just a mental thing that I felt like I just had to, I don't know, or I thought I would lose more weight that way, or I would do better, or whatever. But the thing is I think that may be the reason that I cheated, was because I felt so deprived, um, because I really hadn't had anything solid, and it was craving all these things. But if after surgery, that's not going to happen, because a lot of people aren't hungry at all, or if you are, you're not hungry necessarily for the same things or in the same way, or you just don't have a choice, so you kind of have to. I believe it was Weight Loss Christy made a comment on there, and she said it's kind of like if you live in a house that has a dishwasher and you've always used the dishwasher to wash the dishes, and then you move into a new house that doesn't have one. You don't have a choice. You just have to wash them by hand, because you can't just let them be dirty. It's kind of the same thing. It's if you have this new stomach and you cannot eat those things, it's not the easier way, but you have to eat. You can't just not eat, so you have to eat the things that are appropriate for you, at least in the beginning. And then hopefully it will become habit while it is in the beginning, before you get to the point where you can't eat some of those things, so that I don't sabotage myself. But anyway, I just really appreciate all the comments, all the support, and the messages, and the video response, and just everything. And I also noticed that today, I got more new subscribers today than I've ever gotten in one day. And I think the reasoning for that is people like to root for an underdog. It's cool to see someone who struggles and then to see them be really successful, and I think sometimes people need that, and so hopefully I will be really successful, and that will be accurate. But also because I think a lot of times some people are afraid to come on here and be vulnerable and be accountable and say, this is what I did and I shouldn't have. And when people do, it makes them more relatable and more real. I know there's people that I've subscribed to because they're honest, because they get on here and they say, I went out and I had a drink, or I went out and I ate whatever that I shouldn't have and I messed up. And knowing that people are going to get on here and be real and say, this is what I did, and this is how I feel about it, makes me relate to them more. It makes me really care about their story and about their success, because sometimes if somebody comes on and all they ever say is, well, I got in 80 grams of protein and 64 ounces of fluid, and I lost 12 pounds this week, and that's what they say every single week, and that's really awesome, and you're really super excited that they're successful, but it's hard to relate to, because it's really hard to be perfect all the time and to get the right things in all the time, And so I don't think it's very realistic that anybody is like that all the time, 100% of the time. And so it's really nice to see people be raw and say, I ate some McDonald's, or I smoked, or whatever, because that stuff happens. And it's important to know that it does happen, and that people are still successful, and, that it's not the end of the world. So hopefully that's something that will be gained from watching me as well, because I've gained that from watching people. Um, but anyways, let's talk about what I ate today. This morning, my dog is crazy. This morning I had another shake with the Trop 50 and strawberry protein powder, but I mixed it with half orange juice and half water, so it was half of the calories and sugars and carbs, and it really pretty much tasted the same to me. I usually mix my protein powder with water anyway to save some calories and stuff, and so it didn't bother me at all. I don't know if other people would like that, but it still gave me enough of the like sweet and tangy taste of the orange juice to like it. And so that was good. That's a good plan for me, and that's something that I could have post-op as long as I do still like it and my teeth still agree with that. And then, let me check my app. I know that, okay, for breakfast I had that. For lunch, I took a can of Campbell's tomato soup, like reduced fat tomato soup, and I ate that. And then I also had another, I had a snack of one of those peanut butter things again. And then I had a Greek yogurt later on, just a fat-free honey vanilla flavor Greek yogurt. Hold on. I'm trying to see the stats on it. 130 calories, 12 grams of protein, 19 grams of carbs, and 18 grams of sugar, which I don't like that, but that's what I have in the house right now, and I do struggle with the whole wasting food thing. Not as far as like if I'm eating something and I don't finish it, I think that I could be like, well, I'm full, so it's not wasting, or whatever. But I bought all these things because I think that they would be good for me post-op, and they're not going to be because they are too many carbs and too many sugars and stuff. But as a regular person dieting, they're not. It's good for you. And so I'm still eating some of them, some of the things that I can that aren't too high, as long as I'm staying under my calorie limit and that kind of thing. Okay, so about my diet and what I'm allowed to have, and feeling like I've been depriving myself. I've decided that the days that I really want it, I'm going to have regular food in healthy portions and the right amount, and food that is good for me. So tonight my mom called me and my grandmother was in town, and she and my dad and my grandmother were all going out to eat, and she asked if I wanted to come, and they were going to Outback. So I got on my phone and started looking up stats on Outback, and the chicken on the Barbie at Outback is 444 calories, and a side of seasonal vegetables is 69 calories. So that's what I ordered, and then I ate half of it, and my body. I really ate half. That's the other half that I'm going to have for dinner tomorrow. And I wrote on the box that there are 256.7 calories in here, because that's what the total amount together divided by 2 was. So this is the other half, and that's what I'm going to have for dinner, either tomorrow or the next day, or whatever the next day that I want food is, because it's grilled chicken, it's steamed vegetables, it certainly fits into my calorie range. It's about 250 calories for a meal, so I don't think that was bad. I think that was a good decision. I think that that's okay. But my total calories for the day was 1,229 calories, and I'm allowed to have up to 1,500, so that's not bad. There may be a give or take, not take, but there may be give a little bit more there. The calories should be a little bit higher because I did have some salad and like a cut off piece of bread at Outback. But I don't think that I had 300 calories, or I'm sorry, 300 calories in that would push me up past my 1,500 limit. So overall, I think it was a pretty good day. I think that me deciding to eat food is going to be a game changer a little bit and kind of save me. Because if I'm not feeling so deprived, then I won't feel the need so much to cheat or whatever, and it won't be cheating because these are things by my surgeon that I was allowed to have, and for whatever reason I convinced myself that that wasn't what I should do and that I should just do the liquid thing, and it just didn't work for me. I had headaches all the time, I was super tired, I was starving, and then the first time that I saw pizza I jumped on it like a wild animal and paid for it. Honestly, after dinner tonight, I tried to keep some of the weight loss rules in mind, and I didn't drink with my meal. I chewed really, really well and really slowly and really took my time. And I didn't purposefully leave half of this. I was just really super full. Because I could have eaten this whole meal and fit in my calorie restrictions and been fine. But I was really full. And that's kind of cool because I totally could like clean my plate somewhere and be hungry, you know, in the past. So that was pretty cool to be really full and satisfied. And I wasn't just like full, I was like stuffed. But anyway, so that's what I ate today. That's my total calories. The protein count and the carb and fat count are off, or I would read them to you. They're not right because I looked up the Outback calories online, and then I didn't look up any other facts about it. I just looked up the calories and then put those in myself into my app. So it's not showing the correct carbs and fats and proteins because I just put the calories in for that. I do want to talk about, if you have an iPhone, this is the screen on my phone that is all of my weight loss surgery related apps. If this will show up. Okay, at the top is my Gmail account, the one that is connected to my YouTube. Beside that, so I get all my emails about subscribers and comments and stuff. Beside that is my Tumblr app, where I keep a blog about my weight loss journey. Beside that is an app that's called Target Weight, and I have a picture of me on there, like a before picture, and you put in what your goal is, and I put my first goal as 199 pounds, and so it tells me how many pounds I have to lose for that goal. It has my current height, my current weight, and my current BMI, and then it also makes a chart. If you click on this, it makes a big chart, showing your weight loss progress. And then it also keeps a little reminder on the screen. Like there's a little 63 on mine. That's how many pounds I have to get to goal. I also have my little YouTube app on there so I can watch videos or whatever and comment on videos. And then I have that calorie count app. I'm so bad at this. Is this one? And it keeps up with what you're eating and how many calories, and carbs and proteins and everything is. The one I have beside that is a countdown app, and it has a before picture of me on it, and then it shows how many, I have 10 days, 2 hours, 32 minutes, and 14 seconds, 13 seconds, 12, just kidding, until my surgery. So I keep that on there. And then I also found this app that is called RX Mind Me, like Remind Me, and it's a prescription reminder, but you can set it, like I have it set to remind me to take, you cannot see this stuff on the screen. I have it set to remind me to take my vitamins, so it has different alarms that go off throughout the day, and you can set them to be hourly, daily, monthly, weekly, certain days of the week, whatever. And it'll tell you, like, remember, because mine monthly tells me, remember to get your B12 shot, and tells me at 2 different times in the day, remember to take your multivitamin, remember to take your calcium, remember to take, whatever. And so that's really cool. Maybe it'll keep me on track remembering to take my vitamins. When I hear that sound, I'll know it's vitamin time, So those are the apps that I use on my phone to help me with the whole process. There are also apps for like gastric bypass chat rooms and stuff like that. But all the ones I've downloaded didn't really work for me, so I wound up deleting them. But anyways, it's just some ideas. My video is over 15 minutes, so